Welcome to Improv for the podcast. On this week's episode, I'm joined by Kelly Schwartz, who will tell us all about her improvisational journey. We'll play a couple games, and most importantly, learn how she improved her life. Let's hit it. Welcome to Improv for the podcast. I'm your host, Michael Lee Evans. And today, I am joined by the incredibly talented pickleball extraordinaire, master of crochet, Kelly Schwartz. Kelly, thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you doing?
Oh my God, Michael, it's a pleasure to be here. I can't believe you asked me. And I don't know the crochet reference quite. How are there cameras in my house?
I did my digging, talked to my one source, Matthew Moore, and I learned what I learned. And we'll talk about crochet a little more in just a bit. But Kelly, I'm so glad you're here tonight. I think we first met. It was almost a year ago, right, when you just jumped into Ava's class, and
Yes.
I'd kind of been around helping out, and I love your story here at IFTP and your experience so far. And I just, really quick introduction for our audience, if you could share just about kind of how long you've been at IFTP, maybe what teachers you've had in class, just a quick summary.
Yeah, I started about a year ago for a couple months straight with Ava. And then took a break, got scared to jump back in again. And then during that time, I tried an acting class, which I'm still doing once a week. It's a cold read class.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And then I jumped back in because I missed the school. I started listening to your podcast, and I think it's just been percolating. I gotta get back in. So then I tried it with Liam, and I took a clown workshop with Jamie.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And there have been a couple guest teachers along the way, substituting. Yeah, all so different.
Yeah, Chris
different
Alvarado
approaches.
is one I know. He's great. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone has a different approach. That's so amazing. With the same basic core principles.
Yeah, absolutely. The yes-anding, listening, all those core tenets of improv, and then, the different angles. I love that. That's a really great observation. So before we get too deep into your time here at IFTP, we, of course, have our little tradition here. We got to play some three things, Kelly.
Okay, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. So, Kelly, I think you played three things before. Any questions about the format?
No, I'm just going to rattle off the first three
Yes, you
things
are.
I can think of.
Yes, you are. All right. So I've got some categories for you. Now, Kelly is very sneaky, and my sleuthing skills were put to the test, and I only found a couple of nuggets here or there, but I'll do my best. All right, Kelly, here we go.
Okay.
These are three things. First category, pizza toppings.
Pepperoni.
1,
Sausage.
2,
Arugula.
3. Very nice. Ooh. Things that are scary.
Movies.
1,
The dark.
2,
Under my bed.
3. Very nice, very nice. Last category, favorite things that you have crocheted.
A hat.
1,
A pot holder.
2,
And an unmentionable thing I just can't say.
3. These are 3 things. Okay, so many questions. All right, jumping back to that first category, pepperoni, sausage, those are classics, but arugula, I really like that choice from you for pizza toppings.
Yes, actually, that's all I like on my pizza. I don't ever have pepperoni or sausage. It's always arugula with shaved Parmesan and basil, and it's usually just called a margarita pizza.
That sounds delicious. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big arugula fan, and I like those other toppings. Something like a nice, simple pizza can be one of the best ones, I think.
I know, that's all I ever get, the thin margaritas, everywhere I go.
Oh, do you have a favorite pizza place here in Los Angeles?
I haven't eaten a margarita pizza that I have not thoroughly enjoyed yet.
I love that. I love that. That's good, because I think, if you can go anywhere and enjoy that pizza, that's good. That's living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only differences are the views from my seat.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. All right. One pizza detail I'm going to ask. Do you add like the Parmesan or the crushed red pepper to your pizza?
I never use the red pepper.
No?
No.
I love it. I love that stuff.
Yeah. I know. Never. I don't. Stay away from the red pepper.
Fair enough.
Flakes.
All right. That's second category. Things that are scary. Wait. Okay. You said movies.
Yes.
Okay. Any kind of movie? All movies? Scary movies?
Scary movies.
Okay. Of
Horror
course.
films. Yes. I'm one of the, I think you either like them or you don't.
Yeah.
And I'm still scared of them.
Sure.
I have not adjusted to watching them without using the space between my fingers.
That's a good approach.
It's like
your hands are there.
I'm so old and I'm still doing it. So yeah, it's definitely an emotionally difficult thing to watch a scary movie. I don't enjoy it, but like sometimes I will force myself.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
Yeah.
I'm in a place where I don't love them. I don't hate them. I'm just kind of like, I'll try, and then I'll watch one and go, oh, yeah, I didn't really enjoy that.
I know. Because if the camera is behind the woman as she's walking in the dark, feeling her way toward the door or a window, and something doesn't happen, you're pissed off.
Yeah.
And then, if somebody's driving and they're talking to each other, like to the passenger, if they don't get hit, sideswiped by a truck, it's like, what's the point of this scene?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, so, expectations are met.
Yeah.
But if they're met too easily, predictably, then even a horror film doesn't work.
No, it does not. And they're just painful sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, so I think I agree with you there. I try, and there's a couple here and there that I like, but most of them not really my cup of tea.
What horror film do you like?
There was this one that came out in the past couple of years. It's called Barbarian. And I'll say just the pitch is like, what if you booked like an Airbnb and someone else was already staying there?
Oh.
And that's the pitch. And it's interesting. It's an interesting movie. I mean, definitely some visuals that you're like, don't want to remember that. Yeah. But I did enjoy it. I think it was really well done.
Barbarian. I'll look for it.
Yeah, I think it's on.
Here I am.
It's on HBO.
It's not that scary if you watched it. Gore is fine.
Okay.
It's just the psychological horror films that are scary. Like when people jump out.
Oh yeah, that's the jump scares.
Yeah, the jump scares.
Those get me. Yeah, and I think it's easier watching it at home than in theaters. I think too.
Oh yeah, you can just pause it.
Yeah.
Turn on the lights.
Yeah, you're home.
Turn on the lights.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And then historically, after I scared myself sufficiently, I look for a rom-com to watch after, to cleanse the palate.
My wife and I would do that too. It's like, okay, like we watched that movie Barbarian, and then we just watched Gilmore Girls after, and we're still watching the show since then. So it's been a palate cleanser for like 6 months now.
That's funny.
Yeah, but no, that's a good approach too. Like watch a movie and then have something lined up after. Like a rom-com's a great choice, like or a TV show, or something that's a little more comforting.
Yeah,
that's a good method, because then you're not like going to bed with that like the image or the scariness fresh in your mind.
Yeah. Although, I mean, but I will. I can still sleep all night with the lights on if I have to.
Yeah. Hey, that's a skill. Yeah, you could put that on a resume. All right. Moving on to our final category. So I asked you about crocheting. And the reason I was able to figure this out is just Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah. You had there was just your profile picture and then like the cover image, like the banner at the top.
Yeah, what did it say?
It was just I think it looked like a Dia de los Muertos skull.
Yeah.
I think that you had crocheted. Well, and just there were like.
That's not crochet.
Oh, it's not crochet. It's knitting.
No, it's called embroidery.
Oh, darn! And I'm bad at my like hand stitch sewing. Like I'm so bad at defining.
Well, speaking of Airbnb, so I went to Mexico City and
wow, stayed
there for a week a couple years ago, several times, and it's an easy place to go by yourself, even as a woman. So I went there by myself, and Airbnb has the Airbnb experiences. So in addition to places to see and stuff, you can sign up for goofy things. So I signed up to make so I wouldn't like worry about being lonely or bored. Or
you have things to do.
Yeah. And every day. So like I signed up for Mexican embroidery on one day, pottery the next, and then what did I love? Those like doll making Mexican like Day of the Dead dolls.
Okay, yeah.
It just didn't stop, and these people take you into their home.
Wow.
And I was like the only one signing up for these classes. Wow. Everyone else was signing up for food tours. You know,
of course.
Which I signed up for too.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah. And then so anyway, that's where I had that. I started embroidering felt and then stuffing them these little Day of the Dead heads. I fell in love with them, and I guess I put it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And totally forgot. Okay, good sleuthing.
Okay, so that's embroidery. Man, I gotta sort all these things out because I'm like knitting, crocheting, embroidery. I thought embroidery was like when there's like a logo on clothes that someone like hand stitched in.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
just
can't keep track.
A thicker thread that you could just take a needle and put it through any fabric and make a stick figure. It's embroidery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
When you're not making a hem, but you're using thread.
Right.
Decoratively, I guess you could call it embroidery.
Yeah, because a hem would be for sewing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll figure all this out one day.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's a lot.
I'm trying, Kelly.
It's a lot.
I'm really trying.
I was pretty impressed, though. It's like, is there a camera in my house? Because yes.
You're like, crocheting. I haven't said anything about that to anyone. Okay, so that was just me getting the term wrong. That's all that was. I looked and I was like, I had a moment. I saw the photo of the skull and I was like, I think, I'm not sure. I should have Googled it to like try to help me out.
So funny.
But I just picked crocheting and I was like, well, we'll see what happens. All right, Kelly. Well, we could dive into the many crocheting projects, or we could even chat pickleball because I am curious about that and I still need to try it. It's on my list just of activities to try. But we're here tonight to talk about your journey in improv, your experience, how you got started, other areas of your life. So I want to sit back and I want you to think about, when was the first time in your life you heard about, learned about, saw, experienced improv?
I remember distinctly. I was in my late 20s, and it was at work, and it was from a coworker. And he was very much into improv. So I had never even heard the word before. I was about 27. And but this guy, this coworker, was also into channeling, which is, I guess, when you like talk for the dead.
Yeah, I think it's like channeling their spirit, right?
Yeah. So to the degree I took channeling seriously, coming from the same source, I decided improv must be weird too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it. I just decided, no, thank you.
That's quite the introduction. Yeah. Hey, I do improv and channeling,
Yes,
by the
exactly.
way. You're like,
Yes. Then, and I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
So it was just like, no, I'm not for me. I'm not going to channel. I'm not going to do that improv thing. And yeah, I was totally math and science growing up.
Okay.
Like totally no theater, no drama, no.
music.
Yeah, I played the violin, and like, when you're 9, choose the instrument.
Yeah, there's that point in life.
Yeah. But I stuck with it through college.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I played it through in every orchestra up. But one time I had a recital where I was like the only one on stage. And my mind did go blank. I played nothing. And I decided to go back into my shell. So basically that was it. Like I tried and then retreated into the safety of never doing that again.
Yeah. That could be, I think playing an instrument solo is a scary thing to have to do. I remember as a kid doing piano recitals, I'd be like, ooh, and you got the music right there, but
it's so scary. And like piano, like with sweaty fingers on the piano, I don't know, because sweaty fingers on the violin is horrible.
Yeah, I bet. Well, yeah, because
like,
you're trying to do all the finger positions.
But still, sweaty piano fingers is probably really horrible too.
Yeah, I don't know what instrument goes well with sweaty fingers. I don't think any of them.
No, maybe like a wind instrument.
Yeah, maybe.
The recorder.
Recorder, yeah.
The harmonica, maybe.
Maybe harmonic, because you're just really holding it.
Yeah, you're holding it only.
And then it's mostly your mouth doing the work, so.
Right.
You're onto something there, Kelly. You're onto something there. Okay, so you had this experience growing up, a violinist, recital, and that kind of, you weren't really into performing. That wasn't your thing. You were focused on math and science. And then in your 20s, this coworker shared with you improv and channeling. Was that at work? He was like, hey, Kelly, I want to tell you about something I'm into. Or like, what did that look like? Was it inviting you to a show or like?
We would go out to lunch every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. You go out with your coworkers. Yeah.
And so it was just like, hey, Brad, if you're listening. It was just Brad being weird. Like, I didn't care. He was just like weird Brad with his like interested in improv, which I just thought was gross because it had to do with Brad. I'm sorry I'm saying that, Brad. So, it was just gross by association, and that was that. Yeah. Sorry. That's how I felt. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew stand-up comedy, that.
Yeah.
But improv, I knew nothing about.
Do you have some favorite stand-ups?
Yes, I like all the bad ones.
All the bad ones. Okay.
I love them.
Can you give me 3?
Louis C.K.
Okay. We didn't know he was bad for a while, and then
but I love.
Yeah.
Can I say I love Bill Cosby? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, Michael.
I used to watch the Cosby Show. You know, like.
No, but his stand-up.
Yeah.
It's like amazing. I love Chris Rock. I love Seinfeld.
Yeah,
I
Jerry.
Love, Amy.
Schumer.
Yeah. More than anything. I used to love Margaret Cho.
Oh yeah.
I love the real bold ones, that like aren't afraid.
Yeah.
Really aren't afraid
to just
go there.
It. Yeah.
That is just the best.
Yeah.
Just commit 100%. And like, I know we're living in a culture right now where you can be canceled.
Yeah. It's a different environment.
It's very different. And it must be so hard to be who you really want to be out there. But I think you have to. I think you have to go for it until you're canceled. I think as soon as you start playing it safe.
And I think there are some comedians that have like either adapted or they just keep doing their thing. Like Bill Burr is someone I think of.
Yeah.
If you know him, he's been doing the same thing. Like
same thing. Like finding the there's so much tiny stuff, which is what improv I've discovered is. It's like all the nothingness that goes on in our lives is so interesting when you put the spotlight on it.
Yeah.
And that's what comics like that can do. You just take these just average things we all get into that are just so interesting, and they don't have to touch on anything hot like politics or sex, right?
Yeah.
There's just boundless humor in the everyday average stuff.
Yeah. Like being a human is a strange thing.
It's a
like
funny thing,
there's so much
human.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate. Do you know Mitch Hedberg?
I've listened to him. Yes,
he's my favorite
good. He's so
all time.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, his whole voice. He's got that voice that makes you just want to like listen and laugh, no matter what he says at this point.
Yeah, he's one of those ones that I just feel like his whatever he would talk about was just so out there. Like just all his jokes. I'll always go back and revisit his stuff every once in a while because there's no one else like him that I've found.
Yeah. The setups, and then that guy, what's his name with the? He started drawing. He would use like a pad of paper, and he would draw something, and then use that as part of his act. Then he got really big. I keep just blanking.
I'm not sure, but I'm definitely interested in learning more about that. Yeah.
So funny. That guy too. There's so many good comedians out there.
Yeah, stand-up.
I love them all. I was like obsessed with the serious comedy channels.
Yeah, that channel. Yeah.
I would listen to nothing else in my car every single day for years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great because you're always going to discover someone new and hear something funny. It's entertaining. Like, it's It's a great thing to listen to while driving.
Yeah, and all the while not really knowing what improv is. All this while.
Yeah. So you've been a fan of stand-up. When was stand-up something you found like, oh, like I'm into this. I enjoy listening to this. I enjoy seeing it. When did that come about?
That came about I guess, like 8 years ago or something, 5 years ago, something like that. And I just decided, okay, I've got to like do something about my obsession with listening to this. So I took a class at SMC, a stand-up comedy class.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see if I could do it, you know? And the teacher, he was funny and great. It was fun. But he really believed in the short jokes, just keep like what you were doing. Just come up with a subject and just keep switching it. People have no attention span. Very few people can tell a long story. People are drinking, it's late.
Yeah.
They will not remember what you just said. So just keep going, and that was his whole point. And then the day we were supposed to perform, I just got too scared. And I just like wrote a whole long story about like my life.
Yeah.
Told him I'm going to do it this way.
Yeah.
And he just sort of had a hissy fit. And I was just like, I get it though. Like if you're a student, you spend all this time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt bad. But I wish I had done it the other way.
Yeah. But still, I mean, I think if you're the one performing, right, it's ultimately up to you what you perform. That's the point of stand-up, Like you shouldn't even though you're in the class, like you should still do what you want to do. You're paying to be there, right? Like
I know, but I could see it from his perspective too. It was like, what was I here for the last 6 weeks? What were we doing, or whatever, 8 weeks? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that, but I think that's really cool. You took that class though, and you still got up and did it at the end.
Well, that was the thing. I had no intention of ever doing that. I figured I'm going to take the class, never do this.
Try it out.
Yeah, never do the stand-up part. And I was sure of it until the day he said, okay, how many people are going to be doing the stand-up part at the Improv? And everyone raised their hand. And then I thought, if I'm the only one not raising my hand because I'm too scared, then I'm an asshole, is how I said it to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm a narcissistic asshole, apparently. So how do I just turn this into like good, like just be a soldier?
Yeah.
And just because, so that's like what I have to do to myself. I just have to just jump, like you're jumping off a high, like a cliff to water, or from a high level, or dive. Have you ever like jumped off a diving board really high?
Yeah.
You can't just have a whole talk with yourself.
No.
You just have to do it, right?
Yeah. If you're up there too long, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So you're going to start thinking about it. You're going to look and be like, wow, this is really high up.
Yeah. So it was like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's stand-up. That's a very good way to put it. Because I think I've only done it now 3.5-ish times, I'd say.
Oh, yeah?
The half because I did like a 3-minute set. So that's like barely, that's 3 minutes. And it's gotten easier every time I've done it, but it's still every time I come off stage, I'm like, wow, there's a lot to learn. So
much to learn.
But
you have to learn it by experiencing it to feel the audience not respond. It's amazing how it's so visceral.
Yeah.
You can just feel if you have the room and you feel it if you don't. And I don't even understand what kind of like energy that is that you can just,
Yeah. There's not much else like it. I think like when you're up there and you're like, oh, okay, you're with me. You are not with me. That's hard. Yeah.
Which brings us back to improv.
Yeah, which brings us back to improv. So you did that stand-up class, let's say that was about 8 years ago. So between that class and...
It was 5 years ago.
Okay, 5 years ago. What brought you to IFTP and what brought you to this place?
Pickleball.
Pickleball. All right, tell us more, because I think I know the story, but maybe our audience at home.
Well, I wanted to see what this pickleball fuss was all about for myself, since I'm a tennis player. And all my tennis friends they're very polarized about this, like bacteria.
Yeah.
Or a virus.
It's kind of like, it's a growing sport, I feel like.
It's a growing sport.
I've been hearing more about it lately. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like a wildflower of sports. It's, so I tried it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it the first time. Didn't understand it. There were too many rules, too many things coming at me. I had no idea what I was doing. By day 3, I was an expert.
Oh, man.
That's how easy it is, okay?
Yeah.
That's how easy it is to start enjoying it. I like your third day. Like,
it's pretty
you can't
good.
really do that with any other sport.
No.
And
Maybe ping pong.
maybe, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like ping pong.
Which is similar. Yeah.
Which is very similar. So anyway, I'm 5'1", and there comes this like gigantic man on the court.
Very
walks
handsome.
in, very handsome. And he's like 9 feet tall, and and pickleball courts are 1/4 the size of a tennis court.
Wow. Okay.
So it's very tiny room.
Yeah.
Okay. And the super tall man, I just know, like, I'm super shy, introverted, and like I'm just like I have to notice everyone before I like make a squeak so I'm just like noticing who's that big guy over there, and I'm watching his game, and it's like he's pounding it, and I'm like I'm not playing with that guy. Anyway, it took a while, but eventually our games coalesced, and I got to know him a little bit, and I just, what a great man, what a great guy is all I could say.
Absolutely.
What a great guy. And then someone told me that what he does, he runs this school, and he said they were putting on a pickleball audience or pickleball theme or improv show.
Like a show. Pickleprov.
Pickleball,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
And I was in my just say yes for self-development phase, like after stand-up.
Yeah, sure.
I just kept saying yes to weird things.
It's stand-up. You can do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just thought, Kelly, here you go. Here it is. Improv, all the way back to that creepy channeler. Like, here we go. I'm going to find out what it is, finally. And so I said yes. And that's why. Yeah, so Pickle Prov, and then me taking a class, and then having to get over so many things in order to try it.
Yeah. So how were those first couple classes? I know you mentioned earlier you were in Ava's class. So what was your experience like? Let's say just your first night at Improv. I think it was a Tuesday night, sometime maybe last June or May. Last May or June.
I was terrified. But again, I had maybe it was only 3 years ago with stand-up. Honestly, I don't even remember with COVID.
Oh, yeah.
But I say that because, like, I'm trying to tell myself, okay, just be a good soldier, Kelly. But I have, like, resting panic face, I think. So I think Ava, she would see the panic on my face. And it was just, if you're me and you're trapped in fear and you see Ava's face, she's so, like, calming and genuinely, like, accepting and loving. I don't think I could have been in a better first time experience. And I was really scared also because my age. Can I just say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
There are mostly young people here at night, okay, in their 20s or 30s. So, like, I am. Should I just say my age? It's okay.
Whatever you're comfortable
Do we care?
with. No, we don't care.
But I'm honest. Okay,
I'm glad you're here.
I'm 63. Okay, now that qualifies me as a grandma. So, like, well, probably starting at 30, depending on my culture. But but I thought I'm gonna be everybody's grandmother. Like, that's what that scared me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, well, granny, like, well, or mom, or like, it was, and I could not stop that feeling of being separate from everybody.
Standing out
For being too old. Like, I kept thinking they're going to think, what she still do? Like, she's pathetic. Like, these are all the horrible thoughts I have in my head. Like, what is that woman doing here? Like, doesn't like, this is, you're supposed to act stupid in this class. You're too old. It's not, like, dignified to act stupid. I was really worried about the dignity issue because I'm just a controlled person.
Yeah.
So, honestly, there's so many warm-up exercises, thank God, because you don't even know you're slipping into fun.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just go in there and, like, no one points at you and just says, like, Kelly, up there, your turn.
You're like, ah!
Start performing, you know? You just slip into it. And then I would say after a few times, one girl in that first class, I remember, she said she had to go to the bathroom. She never came back. And I thought, okay,
wow.
I can do that. I can do that.
That's true. You have that out.
I have out. So I, like, had that out, you know? I thought, where is she?
That's a bold choice.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So, anyway, I got, after about 3 or 4 classes, or maybe even to the second month, I stopped thinking about how old I was. And I finally felt that it doesn't matter. Like, people are just responding to how well you can do this thing.
Yeah.
It's just like pickleball,
Yeah.
just like tennis, just like anything. It's like, just get skilled at it, and it is a skill. And so if you learn it, all of the things you might dislike about yourself in public, it sort of goes away.
Yeah,
like,
they don't matter here.
They don't matter at all. And so that has been a process of losing that critical ego self. And of course, I haven't lost it yet at all, but I can see that I'm being a good soldier more than I'm not, I suppose.
Yeah, and you're here. You're still here.
And I'm still here.
You didn't go to the bathroom and never come back. And no shade to that woman who did that. I understand this is not for everyone.
Yeah.
But, man, wild.
I know.
Yeah. It's like, why is she taking all her stuff? It goes to the restroom.
And also, you sit in the back. I still sit in the back row.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And that is definitely a hiding spot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can feel a little more comfortable. I'm one of those crazy people when I was in classes. I'd change up my seat every week. So I'm in, like, a front row, back row. You never knew where I was going to be.
Yeah.
But then I realized I like the front row because I like to be able to control when I get up, for the thing.
Exactly, because if you're in the back row and you finally, like me, it's like I'm thinking, I can't do this, don't call me, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then, like, sometimes it's volunteer. Like, we need 2 people up, and it's like, okay, it's my turn. And then I get up, but then, like, the front row people get up. And so it's like I have to retreat back to my seat.
You're like, oh, I missed this one. Okay, maybe the next one.
I know. Then I have to go through the whole
that feeling's so tough.
process.
Yeah. You gotta amp yourself up.
I did try twice, I think, to sit in the front row.
Yeah.
That was so much better, honestly, because like you said, you just, like, get up and no one stops you.
Yeah, you have a bit more control.
Yeah.
Even if you want to wait, you still can.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
You get up off that chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good strategy. People are scared of it, but at least in classes, most of the time you're not getting, like, pulled up. It's usually your choice when you go up. Usually, not always, but
no. If it were 100% my choice, I would never have gotten up. So it cannot work that way. It has to be at some point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the last 2.
Yeah, if you're the last 2, then it's like, hey,
there we go.
Kelly, exactly. You got to get up here.
Yeah.
Who hasn't gone? And, like, everyone knows. We can all figure it out. There's, like, 12 people in there.
I know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not being called up by name. Maybe I just made that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. In some classes I've had, not here, but other places, it's very much like that. It's just like, all right, who's next? Blank and blank, like, get up here. And you're like, it keeps you on your toes a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think it's really amazing to hear like you had these thoughts, these doubts of like, these are the reasons I shouldn't be here or I shouldn't be doing this. But you did it anyway, right? You said you like soldiered through. And I think everyone, if you're scared to do this or try this, like sometimes you just got to put yourself out there and like get over those thoughts, just even if it's for one night, one class, because you're going to have fears like that about so many things in life. But if you can just for a moment, for a couple of hours, not worry about them, it can benefit you greatly.
Well, okay. So I was thinking about that. There has to be a payoff.
Yeah, there has. Well, that's true. Yeah, yeah. What? Yeah. Did you get anything from this, Kelly, or have you just been suffering for a year?
Exactly.
Yeah. For some reason, you just like torture.
Yeah. The payoff.
Yeah.
Is that like this is the part like, with my very like controlled background. I haven't mentioned I just ended a 30-year career as a proofreader for the Rand Corporation.
Wow.
And
congratulations.
Violin,
Congratulations,
yeah.
right? Okay. Yeah.
So between that and violin, and I have a 20-year martial arts background, and everything about my life I feel like is just control. And then to come here and like play a preschool kid twirling on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that just feels so good. And like just to laugh and I'm paying for this. I'm just to be silly. I mean, there is skill, but it starts with just having fun and being silly, I think.
Yeah.
And the skill can come way later, and I don't even know if I have the skill yet. I'm still so basic, but I love the opportunity to just be stupid.
Yeah.
I really like it a lot. Yeah. That's it. That's the payoff. Being stupid with other people being stupid for no other reason than everyone likes being stupid at the same time.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too. And I think just from you mentioning like proofreading, right? The contrast of like that career, which proofreading, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think of it as your job is to search out and look for mistakes and correct them. Where in improv, it's just about showing up and making mistakes for 2 hours.
Oh my God,
it's like the exact opposite.
Yes.
Yeah, which is probably such a relief and so fulfilling, to be able to stretch yourself in that way over the course of a day. Like that's huge, to give yourself that range in what you do. And even, I mean, martial arts, something that's so disciplined and serious.
Yeah.
What martial arts do you do? Is it multiple arts
Yeah,
study?
well, I started off back in the day in the 80s with the Chuck Norris system, which is called Tong Sudo. And then I switched to Taekwondo. Okay. And then
I love Taekwondo.
Then I switched to Shotokan. So I went from Korean to Japanese.
Yeah.
I got like my red belt in Taekwondo, and I have a second degree black belt in Shotokan.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I can't defend myself though. I mean, it's the same thing as improv. It's the same thing as everything. It's the same thing as pickleball. It's the same thing as, I'm really good in a laboratory setting. But out in the real world, it's just like I'm seeing the world through my fingers again, going back to like the movies. So it's just, you stretch your perspective, try all these new things. I think I'm better for it, but I've still come back to scared. It's just amazing. You can't get the scare out of you. I don't know why that is.
Sometimes you can't.
Yeah, it's always going to be there. I'm always going to be scared, but I don't want it to rule me anymore.
No.
So, or at all, ever.
Yeah.
But that's idealistic too.
Do you think doing improv has helped you with that?
Yes, actually, I think it's helped definitely more than karate ever did. Because honestly, I guess it's obvious to say karate was more oppositional.
Yeah.
And improv, you're really working. My emotional and psychological safety rests in the classroom a little bit, like, and if I can if I can feel safe emotionally here, feeling so stupid and vulnerable psychologically and emotionally, I noticed bring it on attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
It might be different for people. Like maybe people don't want to try sports because that's too scary, but they can stand up in front of an audience. It depends on what you're scared of inside of yourself. And then, so for me, it was definitely standing up in front of people doing this and feeling like they're gonna point at me and laugh.
Yeah.
And make me cry. But that hasn't happened yet. And I do end up enjoying myself so much. And then, it's just this overwhelming feeling of power, having conquered that after class. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm thinking about martial arts. I did Taekwondo growing up for a number of years. Yeah. And I don't know that I could, a lot of it was for show.
I know.
I have not had to break any wood, breaking boards and stuff. That has not happened.
Did you break it both with your fist and your feet?
Yeah, I did both. I was a big elbow strike. That was kind of my go-to move for it. Whenever you had a test for your next belt, I was all right, we're going with the elbow here.
That's so funny.
That has not come up.
I like the fun. Well, then, that's so true. What was the point? But it was fun.
It looked cool.
It looked really cool.
I bet you looked so cool, Kelly. You were out there.
Yeah, I was so serious. Oh my God. But it's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah.
I mean, any endeavor. I like martial arts or football.
Yeah.
Or, pickleball. Honestly, pickleball is so hard at the higher levels. And I feel it takes the same level of focus and discipline. And same with improv. You watch, there's levels of greatness in everything,
absolutely.
Including improv. And when you watch people do it, once you start learning skills, you see, oh my God, they did that because of this. I'm starting to see why they made that choice, or why the person they're on the stage with made the corresponding choice. And you just start to see the skill, and it's so hard to get good. It's hard to get good at anything.
Oh yeah, it takes so much time and dedication and studying. Well, 10,000 hours, right? That's what they say. Yeah.
Yeah. So so it's still really hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
But fun, really fun trying.
Yeah, but I think about it like this, right? Improv didn't teach me how to throw a punch, but it did teach me how to connect and listen with other people. Which is maybe more important. I've had to listen a lot more than I have had to throw punches, in life.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of use for kicking and punching, except in oh my God, I had the best rescue dreams. Oh my God, because I could never use it in real life.
Yeah.
So it'd be oh my God, I was at a bank just in time.
You're good thing I'm here.
And that's where it would occur mostly.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if it pays off in your dreams, that sounds pretty great. Yeah. All right. So Kelly, thinking about when you started here at ITP compared to now, how do you think you've grown as an improviser?
That's a tough question because I'm not sure I've grown much.
I think you have.
I just I still get terrified, and I still go up there. I still, on the way home, if I redirected my partner accidentally by not yes-anding, by controlling, I will self-flagellate all the way home about that.
Yeah. That drive home can be a very reflective one.
And I just but that has to occur to bring the joys.
Yeah.
You can't have just pure joy. It's got to be
no way.
I really blew that possibility tonight. So, okay, how have I grown? Knowing. I'm getting better at knowing when, I'm getting quicker at knowing I'm about to step on their toes, or I just stepped on their toes, or the teacher told me I stepped on their toes, and then I'm oh yeah, I just stepped on their toes. So that's gotten better. It's just I'm not sure I'm better at like fast thinking, but that's still slow.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Maybe just tiny bit more confidence. Feeling like I'm getting better at looking stupid. To be honest,
That's important.
Yeah. I'm loosening up a little bit.
Yeah.
That feels really good.
Yeah, because whether you want to or not, at some point during improv, you're going to look stupid. Like, it's just, you don't know who you're, like, what character you're going to be or, like, the situation you'll be in. It's just, it's going to happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's good that you're embracing that and, like, growing in that skill.
Yeah.
Do you think, having started those classes here, I know you mentioned earlier you're taking a cold read class right now.
Yes, I am.
Do you think starting classes here kind of influenced you to explore performance a little more? I mean, I know you did stand up in the past, so maybe that was the tipping point.
Really, it was improv because it's so immediate. And so I talked to Matt at Pickleball one day, and I just said, now that I'm like this huge improviser, I'm thinking I should be like, a great actress. Why not just try everything I've never been and never dreamed about?
Yeah.
Well, I was born and raised in LA, so it's like Hollywood's always been.
This is the place, yeah.
Right? So Matt said that he had combined like acting and improv, where you get like a few lines of a script and then you're on your own after that.
Yeah.
But that class wasn't available all the time, so I tried looking and I found a cold read class, and I started. Oh my God. I answered a Craigslist ad for it was like a Judge Judy type thing, but it was called Judge Karen.
Judge Karen, all right.
Supreme Justice with Judge Karen was looking for actors to play the plaintiff and the defendant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. And nothing's real, right? So
yeah.
So I just thought, well, what the hell? I've had I remember I was in Ava's class, but I didn't tell anyone because I was way too scared.
Yeah.
I think I told Ava, actually, when it happened. Yeah, I said, guess what? Anyway, I applied for it.
Yeah.
And the very next day or the same day, I get a call from the show saying, we're going to have a Zoom interview tomorrow morning. Be there, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. So I was on the Zoom interview with the producer of the show with 7 other people. And then they picked me first. And they just said, Kelly, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
And I just remember saying, well, I'm a proofreader, and obviously that's just too uptight all the time, so I need to break out and try some new things. I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah.
And she just said, okay, we've heard enough, Kelly. Another producer will be in touch with you in the next few minutes.
Yeah.
They called me immediately and just said, you're on. And I said, why? What did I do?
Yeah.
And she said, you seem to be able to tell a good story. That's all they cared about.
Yeah.
So I went on that judge show and I played a plaintiff. No, wait. I was a plaintiff. Yes, I was suing a woman for not paying her share of a cruise because she got drunk and blamed me for not getting her back. It's a long story.
It's pretty complex. It sounds like.
Complex. But anyway, that was a really cool experience.
Wow,
and I
that
thought,
sounds like a lot of fun.
if I do that, I'm just that was scary though. That was so scary. That was so scary. That's another thing. There's just a sequence of scary things that I'm doing anyway.
Yeah.
That's my motto these days.
Yeah.
If it scares me, do it.
Yeah. That's a great motto to have with life, I think. I think that's something I've been trying to embrace a little more, but I'm still coming around on that. Yeah. Wow.
Well, that's the nice part about being my age. It's you wake up when you turn 60. I don't know why it happens, but you just wake up and you think, okay, you start calculating.
Yeah.
And you just think you've got maybe 20 good years left if you don't start changing things up now, you still living in routines and things that have scared you your whole life, you're just going to die. You're just going to die a slow death. You're not going to live. You're dying.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought I have to start living.
Yeah, making the most.
Right now. Yeah.
I mean, going on a court TV show, that sounds awesome. That's really cool. You're kind of like, I gotta get that. I gotta try that out. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, they're always recruiting.
Yeah, and then I mean, doing something like a cold read class, which is, I would much rather do improv than a cold read class.
Really?
I hate cold reading.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so much fun though. And again, it's like, I don't know. It's fun because you have a script and you have like exactly 5 minutes to go over it with your scene partner. And then you get up on stage and you just start having fun.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
I think maybe I'd like it more now. It's been a while since I've had to do any. So maybe I'll come back around on it. I'll try it out. Yeah. So do you feel improv has helped you in that class? Like some of the things you've practiced here?
Yes, because can I say the name of the school?
Sure, yeah.
It's called the Actors Circle. It's in Culver City, and Marcy Smolin runs it. And she just does a really good job. And she is a former stand-up comic herself.
Wow,
and a
okay.
former actress, but also an improver. And so she brings us some improv exercises, and I just
that's great.
I just feel like I usually go to that class after I've been to this one. So I just feel like I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
Like you're warmed up kind of.
Yeah. And I let myself go more, I think, in that class because it's a smaller, very small.
Yeah, a little more intimate.
Yeah. So here I'm still a little nervous.
Yeah.
To totally be myself. But that's exciting too because you can't just go from 0 to 100. You gotta, It's fun like working your way up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man. Okay. I want to see one of your cold reads sometime. I should have brought if I had known it, really, here's the script, let's go. Put you on the spot like that. All right, Kelly, I got a couple more questions for you, and then we're gonna do some improv.
Okay.
Yeah. So my second to last question for you, and I think you've kind of already answered this, but maybe let's summarize or tie it all together. So what do you think thus far has been the impact of improv in your life, both like in class and outside of class too?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that I would talk about, personal life changes that I've made in addition to quitting my job.
Sure.
It's hard to say. I don't want to say it on.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Totally up to you.
Yeah. But improv enabled me to make some huge life changes. Improv did. Honestly, I don't think, for me, there is anything, if just being tested emotionally is like that, that to me, I just can't emphasize enough how empowering that feels to go up there when you're scared and do it. And then I really believe I was able to make a lot of changes in my life.
Yeah.
Based on that Bring It On we were saying earlier. It's amazing. And then of course, the sweetest part of improv is developing that ear to listen to your friends.
Yeah.
We're also used to talking. And then when we stop talking, the other person just starts talking, and then they stop, and then you talk again. But no one's really, listening sometimes. And what if you didn't talk about yourself and you just really listened and went off what that other person was saying, rather than using that as a launching pad to just tell your story? It slows me down to listen, and I can really take a deep dive into somebody else's life now. I mean, in such an enjoyable way. Just listen. Try not to insert myself too much. It's just slow it down. You just slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because I think, it's the difference between listening and active listening, I think. It's like, am I just here, just waiting to give my response? Or am I really taking in what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is, many people don't have that skill. Yeah. I work in like customer service-ish things, and like, I realize how important it is, like me, the person there to like fix things. Like I got to take in whatever this person's saying, even if I could just be like, oh, bam, done, fixed. See you later. But like, it makes a world of difference, when it's like, you're listening to whatever that problem is they're dealing with.
Yeah, and all you have to do is repeat it back to them.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that is the most validating thing anybody can do for you, is just repeat back what you just said.
Yeah.
And like, I heard you. I'm here for you. I got you. I know what you're going through.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Love it. All right, Kelly, final question for you.
Okay.
So thinking about your improv journey, your Judge Karen journey, your stand-up career, all of that stuff. It's about to be June, right? In just a couple of days. So looking at the latter half of 2023, are there any goals or objectives or things you'd like to accomplish within improv, within acting, for the remainder of 2023?
Within improv and acting, I think I just I don't have a specific goal. No, I've never really had goals.
That's okay.
I'm not a goal person.
That's all right.
It's just like I go with like how I'm feeling, and we'll see where I end up.
Yeah.
Like, just keep like fanning the flames of what's happening here now, and hopefully I will evolve.
I think so.
I'm not sure what my goals are.
That's all right. I'm picturing like you starring in a network sitcom, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we're talking like 12 seasons, hundreds of episodes, something like that. How does that sound?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And then it leads to, so the show will end. Then they'll do a movie based on the show. Okay. So this is going to take up some serious time. I hope you're ready.
Yeah. That's it's funny. I don't think I love acting, by the way. This cold read class is sort of dumb, like improv is. I'm sorry to say it, but it's like dumb in the best way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I really am not like at all interested in acting. Like I like act. Like improv is more my inner who I am. Like I feel like if you say, like, everyone probably thinks they're weird, right?
Oh,
everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
But we don't want to say it,
But we don't want to say it, but like...
No, I'm normal. I fit in.
I think the martial artists are weird, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a culty way.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I think the improv people and martial artists definitely go together.
Oh,
whereas, like,
so.
Actors, like, are a different genetic, like, pool completely.
Yeah.
They have it. I don't know. I know now, having tried it.
Yeah.
I'm not an actor at heart at all. But I will continue going to the cold read school.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and now you've been able to answer that question, right? Because you tried it.
True.
Now you know.
It's true. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having been in earlier in my life, having been very involved in actory circles, you're right. Yeah, that's what I went to school for. So it's like, oh yeah, it's a group. It's a group. Oh man, I'm not doing too much of that anymore. Just this stuff here. So, haven't been in too many auditions or cold reads lately.
Yeah, and it's getting worse and worse and worse now. The industry, in terms of like creative, you can't make a living doing it.
It's
you
really
have to
tough.
do it because you love it. And I just discovered I don't love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now you know.
Now I know.
All right, Kelly.
Okay.
You ready to do some improv?
Okay.
All right. So I've got 3 games picked out for us tonight. Okay. And let me just scroll down to them. All right. So this first game, this is an interesting one. This game is called Normal Place, Strange Time. That's what it's called. So the premise of this game is that we're going to be given a random location.
Okay.
And then once we find out that location, we're going to pick a time of day that would be weird to be at that location. And then we'll just play the scene. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get us our random location. I have a little improv app here that gives me suggestions. And just gonna get something from there. All right. Okay. some of these. I'm prejudging some of these locations.
Of course.
Because yes, it's like volcano. I'm like,
Like
I need a little
would
more.
Be good to be in a volcano.
Anytime. I mean, no, I don't know. All right, here we go. We're gonna go with government office. So we're at some sort of government office, and Kelly, what time of day should we be at this government office? It's a strange time to be here.
Yes, we are in this government office at 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m. All right, and then I'll black us out when we're done.
Okay.
Psst. Hey. So I've been looking through the filing cabinet. I'm looking for the records.
Yeah, we don't have to whisper. There's nobody here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's just...
I know. It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird.
Even the janitor left like hours ago.
I've never been at work this late before.
I know.
Okay.
It's really cool, isn't it?
It is kind of cool. Like, I know if I go in the break room right now, no one else is going to be using the microwave. Oh.
Wait, and you gotta just eat Joe's yogurt. Like, just no one cares. He's not. All you have to say is like, I don't know. Keep better tabs of it. Like, you can just do anything you want right now.
Dana, you're so bad. That's
know.
Joe's special Yoplait yogurt.
I know.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
He puts that like Post-it note.
Yeah.
It says Joe's.
Yeah.
Like who else
My gosh.
has that in there? I don't know why he bothers with the Post-it notes.
So that's why. So like tomorrow he's going to complain. He's going to be like, hey, who's touching my yogurt? Every time. It always cracks me up, but I didn't know it was you.
Oh my God, I love Yoplait yogurt, but he'd never give it to me.
Yeah.
Like if I asked him.
He's pretty.
So I steal
pretty
it
stingy
at
with the
night.
yogurt.
You know what? Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Okay. I lift up that like foil tab, like a tiny bit, right? And I stick a straw in there, and I just suck it out, and then I put it back so he can't tell anyone's been in there. But I fill it up with like milk.
So it's like.
He thinks it went bad.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Dana, you're a genius.
I know. It's really fun.
I'm so glad you invited me to this after hours work party. You know, this is a great time of night to come in and get some things done.
You just like there's no one talking, no phones ringing,
no distractions.
No distractions. No Joe.
No Joe.
Yeah.
It's a big incentive, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask. So if you've been eating Joe's yogurt, have you also been taking the staples out of Kevin's stapler? Is that you? You know, every morning he comes in, he starts stapling all those packets. He gets about 3 in, and then he's out. And it's like every day.
Can I just tell you what a hoarder Kevin is? Like, have you ever watched him in the supply cabinet?
No.
He takes everything.
What?
Yes. He does. And he takes them, and I've seen him, like, he looks both ways, literally.
Oh, my gosh.
And then, like, obviously he has a conscience.
Yeah.
Conscience. Yeah. And
yeah, one of those.
And I feel that he's just getting away with it, and it pisses me off. So, yeah, it's been me. I just empty his stapler just to piss him off. I leave 3 in there.
Oh, that's so good.
I know.
I love that.
I know. He doesn't get how he goes through so many.
No, he must be.
Time.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it's me.
It's like he could just count at the end of the day, but he's never done that. Oh my gosh, I know. Thank you for looking out for this office, in kind of secret ways.
Righting wrongs.
Yeah. I've always been scared to speak up or say anything. I'm still pretty new. I've only been working here 6 months, so I appreciate that you've been kind of looking out for us.
And also, Adam, I feel it. I've been here for 15 years,
Yeah.
So, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Time to get your work done. 2 a.m. time to open the refrigerator. 2 a.m. time to be in the copy room by yourself.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's really fun, being in the copy room by yourself. Oh my God.
Yeah. You don't have to wait in line to use a machine.
And you can just do projects. You can open it up. I like opening up and just practice. This is so stupid, but I like practicing clearing jams. I love clearing jams.
You're like a surgeon.
I love clearing jams. Always loved it.
That's amazing.
But you're doing a really good job here.
Thank you,
by the way.
Dana.
I've
Thank
really
you.
been impressed for only being here for 6 months.
6 months. Yeah, I just hit my 6 months yesterday.
Yeah. So, are you like, I don't know, you and Kevin do seem to be getting along. Has he mentioned anything? Have you been to the supply cabinet with him yet?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't asked me to go help him out doing the inventory and grabbing things, to distribute in the office. I'm hoping he will, because I've been trying to hustle a little bit, get more responsibility around the office. So
good for you.
Learning about kind of the inner workings from you is really helpful. And of course, I'm not going to say anything about this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, what goes on at 2 a.m. stays private between us.
Of course.
This is the time where, it's a government office, so this is the time where if you want to steal files, just like sometimes, I can help you get into the top secret stuff because I have clearance.
Oh, you have clearance, right? Yeah, I'm only a level 1 right now.
Yeah, it's such bullshit, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm useless.
You're my friend already. I trust you.
Yeah, thank you, Dana.
Yeah, if you want something from that cabinet, just let me know. I'll get it. If you want, I don't know, some presidential stuff, if you want to take a look, just take it home, see what you think, make some copies for your mother.
Oh.
It's just, there's perks of the job. And
yeah, of course. It's what you earn.
It doesn't get out. People think it's a problem, but it's just us.
Yeah.
It's just us.
Yeah, it's just kind of wow, that's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
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 Now, I'm curious. Sorry, I hate to bring this up. It's just I just realized someone's been changing the wallpaper on my computer. It's set to a picture of me and my dog.
Okay.
Is that...
Talk about this? Can we talk about this?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm starting to, connect the dots here.
All right.
Joe's yogurt, Kevin's stapler, and now...
Okay, look.
Is that...
It's that there's a culture here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
And, I'm looking out for you because I like you, because you show up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And I just think that a picture of you and your dog is the sort of protective cover you want around here. The one that you had, just the picture of Marilyn Monroe,
Yeah.
I know you're a movie fan, I know you're a movie buff, but people might get the wrong idea, so I just thought I found one. I hope you don't mind. I know your password, sorry. But
sure.
I know everyone's passwords are. You will never be able to hide it from me.
Okay, yeah.
So I just
no
went in
questions there.
I thought I'd do you a favor there. Put on appropriate wallpaper.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I guess. Look, how to advance here way more than I do. If I want to stick around, maybe get promoted one day, I probably need to be, thinking long term.
Yeah.
So,
And you just leave all your privacy concerns at the door.
Yeah, and people like dogs.
And people love dogs here.
That's probably going to earn me some kudos, with the boss. So
yeah, have you seen Kevin's dog, by the way?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I had to look through his computer.
Yeah, you probably had to change it away from his dog.
Oh my god, that's true. Oh my god, he had inappropriate pictures of himself with his dogs. I felt, so I just Kevin, dude, I'm gonna steal your staplers.
Yeah,
you're
That's like an HR situation.
It's an HR situation, but I've got them covered. I love everybody here, honestly. That's why I do this at night. I just want to make sure I'm connected to everyone.
Well, you're the best coworker I've ever had.
Thank you, Adam. Mutual.
Blackout. Oh, that was wonderful, Kelly. That was wonderful. Your justification. I just love everybody. I'm just kind of looking out for everyone, and nothing you're doing is that menacing. It's just a little bit of shenanigans in the office. And Oh man, I gotta be real with you. Are you like a good like printer jammer fixer person?
I do always love that. It's so embarrassing how much I love that. Like for me, I'll be like, I just want to put on my cape.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I can fix this. Like, I know I can. Nobody else wants to fix it as badly.
Yeah, they just walk away. Yeah. They go, I don't know. Yeah.
I just, ever since I've worked in an office my whole life,
Absolutely.
I've been in like totally into fixing jams.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, that's my thing too. I mean, that's literally my job is fixing tech stuff. So it's like every day it's printers or, Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I would love that job.
Yeah. It's a ton of fun. If you like problem solving, which it sounds like you do, it's the place to be. Yeah. It's a place to be. All right. So well done in that game. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next game.
Okay.
This one is called Remember When. And in this game, we're just it's going to be a scene where I'll give us a one-word suggestion, maybe of a relationship. And then in this scene, we're going to try and bring up organically, like we're going to reminisce about something. So we're basically making up fake nostalgia in this game.
Okay.
That's the idea. We're just I'll give us a suggestion of our relationship, and then we'll take it from there and see if we can, just remember when. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So our relationship in this scene will be, these are not good. All right. Ooh, I like that. We're going to be an auto mechanic and a car owner.
An auto mechanic. Just
Yeah.
Mechanic.
Yeah.
And a car owner.
Yeah. So I guess the client. Yeah. Mechanic and client.
And we don't know who's who.
No, we don't. Well, we'll find out. And we're going to be nostalgic about some experience we've had.
Okay.
All right. I'll black us out when we're done.
Okay. Here we are again.
Yeah, I know. I just, I feel like I was here last week bringing in this car. It keeps, all those lights keep coming on.
Yeah, the same lights. We've been through a lot with this Jaguar that, like, you love. I get it.
Yeah, I love this car.
And you will not get rid of it.
Yeah.
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 Remember that time
Yeah.
that you brought it in before a show? Like you wanted to show it off?
Yeah. I was thinking it's that local car show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like in Malibu or something.
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah. It was at the Malibu Car Club. The MCC.
Yeah. And you were like so upset because all those lights were flashing and like the show was the next day. Yeah, I got you though. You know, I fixed you up. I'll always fix you up.
You single-handedly saved my reputation in the Malibu car collectors community. You see, I love this car, and I know that day when I brought it in, you asked me like, Dave, why did you buy this car? This thing's a piece of junk.
Yeah,
It needs so many repairs, and
Yeah.
you asked me so many great questions, and I didn't listen because I love the hood ornament on this thing.
Oh my God, the hood ornament.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. That's really the only reason I bought it. I collect cars, but I don't really know how they work. And you've taught me so much. Like that day, when I first brought it in with all those lights, you let me stay with you.
Yeah,
and watch you do all those repairs.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? At first, you wanted to learn everything. So remember you slept on the floor? Like literally you just said, just give me a blanket and I'm just going to watch you all night. I've never seen my car from the bottom before.
No, I did not know what it looked like down there.
Excited about that.
Yeah, it was crazy. Who knew?
I know. You wanted to sleep not under the stars, but you wanted to sleep under your Jaguar, staring straight up while I was all the lights and those cool lights we have here in the shop.
Yeah, and you got all those just little hoses with water and air coming out of them. I remember I grabbed that hose and kept spraying you in the face. You got so mad at me. You were so annoyed.
So funny.
I said I was trying to blow you away. I was like, shh, shh.
I know. But, I really liked you because you kept bringing me those margarita pizzas.
Yeah.
Like you basically say, look, you're going to work all night on my car, right?
Yeah.
And it's like for a couple margarita pizzas. And then you just kept making jokes all night.
Yeah,
remember those
that's kind of my thing.
Parrot jokes?
Yeah.
You make the stupidest parrot jokes. Like
yeah.
And you would just make me laugh, and like I'd be up there, and like I get greasy from that like engine.
Yeah.
And,
I couldn't believe it. It was so greasy between the pizza and the car. I mean,
I know it just becomes one. You have to definitely just consider grease like dip. For everything, like for the rest of your life.
It's part of the job.
It's just part of the job. Yeah. But you're so cool. And then I finally upgraded you to like I bought a sofa for you. I bought a sofa
with the pull-out bed too.
Yeah,
that was
pull-out bed.
I couldn't believe it.
And then and you know what I did for you? Which of course you did.
I remember.
Remember I stuck those actual like glow in the dark stars under the jag.
Yeah, that was
like
that was so sweet.
Up on the,
I couldn't believe it.
I know. So I was so excited to like show you because you were gonna come over and watch me work on your car again. You're on the couch now on the pull-out bed, and you had the margarita pizzas for us. And I thought, wait till
I always got them ready.
Wait till he sees these glow in the dark stars.
It blew me away. I always wanted those as a kid, and I never had them. And then to see them on the bottom of my Jag, oh my gosh! I really felt touched. I said, "This is the best customer service I've ever experienced," and that's why I keep coming here. You just have the best service of any mechanic.
Thank you. But I am gonna. I haven't given you the bill yet. And I know I've just been like saying, we're friends, don't worry about it. We're friends, don't worry about it.
We've been putting it off. Well, because I thought, I bring you pizza and I'm great company.
You're great company. And I've just been like, honestly, it's one of the worst parts of my job is I hate asking people to pay for my services.
Yeah, I believe it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I just want to just make them happy.
Yeah.
But I'm losing some money. And I don't know if I can keep the shop open.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to have to start actually asking for money.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, that's okay. I have to, like, back pay all those other repairs? Like, I know just last month you billed me a whole new transmission.
I know.
I'm still learning what that is, but I feel like that was maybe expensive.
It was so expensive. I just didn't have the heart to ask you for money. I just kept thinking, like, the pizza, that's good. Right?
Yeah.
His company, and he's so funny.
I've brought you at least 50 pizzas.
I know.
At
so
least.
How much does that cost? Let's just say $10. Like, that's
like $500 on pizza.
No, that's a lot. That's significant.
That's got to cover most repairs you've done on my car.
It's true. And I really appreciated that effort.
Yeah.
And, so now that, you had that accident, we've got, like, not just the lights now, but I've got to kind of, like...
the body damage is...
Yeah, the body damage and the rear end.
Yeah, and I don't want to trade it in. I want to keep this car. I don't want another car. This is it for me. This is my final car.
This is your final car.
Yeah, I've decided. I just want to drive this baby for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I know. I feel that. I just have to... ask you for a couple dollars. That's it.
Just a couple dollars.
I think you can handle it.
Do you think you could ballpark the number for me?
Well, that rear end. I mean, it's like, imagine like, what's like the most expensive thing you've ever bought? Like lately, like, have you ever bought like
Probably the Jag when I bought it.
The Jag.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good deal on that.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
You got it on eBay or something?
Yeah, I did buy it on eBay. It's it was a salvage title, so I got some savings there.
Right.
And it was just it was about $1,000.
$1,000. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Some reason the previous owner didn't want it anymore, and I was like,
okay,
what's wrong with you?
Like, imagine all that money you saved on this car.
Yeah.
So it
probably tens of dollars.
And I think it's time to pay the piper.
Oh.
It's time to pay the piper. I can't, like, we're talking, okay, like, do you have a favorite pair of shoes?
Yeah, my Airwalks.
Your Airwalks.
Yeah.
Okay, how much are Airwalks these days?
$35.
$35.
Yeah, love them.
Okay, so let's say like a couple hundred Airwalks.
Couple hundred. So like 3,500?
Yeah. Yeah, how's that sound?
I don't know. I'm not very liquid right now. I don't have a lot of assets.
Yeah.
What,
I mean, you do work part-time.
yeah.
You told me you work for that woman.
Yeah, I just like walk her dog.
Yeah.
Just like 3 days a week.
Yeah. Can you ask her for more money?
Yeah, I mean, she pays me like $12 every time I walk the dog, so that's like $36 a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Those pizzas are good. I love
Yeah.
those pizzas. Keep bringing the pizzas.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep bringing the jokes.
Yeah, I got a buddy who works at a Blaze, so that's why I get those margarita pizzas.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And, maybe, I mean, I don't want to press you, but like, maybe you can like get some of when your next car show, maybe you can like, give me my card, give me some more business.
Get some business for you. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. And I can tell all my friends you repair cars for free, right?
I would say they need to bring in something like maybe, beer, like something to go with the margarita, something, just anything like, something. Yeah, if they can just think of something I might like, they can ask me.
Okay.
I'll tell them what
Great.
I like. Yeah, and if this place is still here next week, yeah, that'd be great. I'll do it for free.
Blackout. This mechanic is too nice. You poor thing.
I know.
You really taken advantage of just because I gave you pizzas. Oh man, I gotta find a mechanic like that in real life.
I know.
Do you know anyone?
No, but I want to get glow in the dark stickers for the bottom of my car.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the bottom of your car?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Darn, I gotta get on that. I gotta see what's under there.
Yeah.
Some good things to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just like a missed opportunity to like decorate.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I thought we'll think about even if you didn't see it, a mechanic would be like, "Oh wow."
I know. You could just do it to surprise.
They'd appreciate it. They'd appreciate it.
I surprised you, but you could have surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's see, now we know.
Yeah.
So now, everyone at home right now, if you have a car, go buy some glow in the dark stars. Just slap them on the bottom there. Next time you get an oil change or whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Even put them on the inside of your hood. That's good too. It's good too. Pop it open and be like, whoa.
That's true.
That's exciting.
That's a great one.
That's exciting. They'd probably melt actually. Yeah. Once the engine starts running, it's a little hot in there. Maybe don't do that. I don't know the long-term impact.
Yeah. Maybe go with like just those little tubes.
Yeah.
Those LC.
Oh.
That LED lights.
Oh yeah, maybe
tubes.
something like that.
Make little flowers or something. I would make flowers.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
But you might want to make like stars.
Yeah. I like stars. Stars.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, we've got one more improv game we're going to play.
Okay.
I know. You're like, one more? We always do 3. This one might move a little quicker. This one's called Excuses. So what we're going to do, basically, you're going to come into the scene. I'm going to accuse you of something, and you're going to need to make up an elaborate excuse as to why this thing happened. I'm not going to tell you what. You'll just find out. And I'll give us a suggestion of, I'll just give us a one-word suggestion to help us get the scene going. I need it for myself. All right. The one-word suggestion is fajita. And this game is called Excuses. I'll black us out when we're done. Seriously.
What?
Jennifer, you handed me my fajita pan. You didn't tell me it was hot. And now I have 3rd-degree burns on both my hands. Give a guy a warning before you hand him the fajita skillet.
Look, you know how hard it is for a blind woman to live by herself and make fajitas.
Yeah.
Do I ever complain?
You're complaining right now, Jennifer.
I have had to reach out and touch all the surfaces in the kitchen since I went blind.
Yeah.
And I have never had 3rd-degree burns. So I apologize. I'm supposed to come up. So yes, it is because I am blind. I cannot see you. I can only hear you. I cannot feel the heat of that pan.
What?
Yes, it turns out that I have a rare genetic disorder that comes with my blindness.
Oh.
And it is that I cannot feel heat with my hands. I know, incredible.
Awfully convenient.
Yes, and I also don't blister.
Of course.
On the palms of my hands.
Good for you.
I can't see anything, but I can put my hand through fire and it wouldn't blister.
Well, it sounds like you have a superpower.
I have a good life, I'd say. I have a pretty good life.
Yeah, well, I wish, I could be like you and just simply handle my fajitas however I choose. But, this was my first time having fajitas. I never tried them before. I didn't know, apparently the skillet is pretty hot. Yeah, I was not aware of that. And Jennifer, I just can't believe you let this happen.
John, this is a little embarrassing that I would...
Yeah, a little.
A little embarrassing that you had this strange reaction. I'm used to the normal. I'm used to most people being able to stick their hand in fire.
What?
That's normal for me.
That's you, but other people that can do that?
I don't, but I don't tend to think about other people. I tend to think
Well, that's very selfish.
No, I don't mean it that way. I mean, I live in my own little blind world with my own little fire and candles everywhere, and everything's hot and I don't care, and I'm very happy. I don't even think about other people that can have pain. I don't think about it. Why should I think about it? I invited you over.
Yeah.
I invited you over.
Yeah, this is a blossoming friendship we have here.
Yes. And, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't think about the fact that you could hurt yourself by touching something hot. It's just been a number of years since I've had communication with the outside world, quite frankly.
Sure.
You're like the first person that I've had here since a long time.
Well, I didn't know that. And it does mean a lot that you opened up your home to me and were willing to introduce me to fajitas. And, I realized, I went to the doctor because they had to diagnose how severe these burns are. And, well, they told me that, after my hands recover, right, you can't tell, but both my hands are severely bandaged up. The doctor told me I may never feel in my hands again.
I'm so sorry, but okay, I'm just here to tell you when one sensation is lost, so many others open up for you.
Yeah.
So let's just say, worst case scenario, you lose all sensation in the palms of your hands.
Yeah.
You will not believe weird things like your kneecaps. You'll just start feeling things with your kneecaps and you'll just be thinking, how did I not know about this? Yeah. How did I not know? But that's what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that silver lining.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, after I get these bandages off in 6 to 8 weeks, I'd be willing to try fajita again.
You would like to try a fajita again in I can make it for you.
Absolutely.
And you'd be willing to accept the fact that that I may not warn you again.
Yeah. I'll be ready.
It's on you.
And I probably won't even feel it. Blackout.
See, it's like embarrassing. Like at the end,
Yeah,
afterwards, I'm just
awesome.
like, it's sort of like.
It's awesome, though. It's awesome, Kelly.
God,
it's great.
so
It's great.
funny.
That was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Man, I loved your backstory. You're like, I'm blind, but also my hands don't feel hot stuff. So that's a bummer. And then you're talking about having candles. And, oh man, you really fleshed that out well. I really appreciated that.
Oh my God. Thank you. That was fun.
Kelly. So before we conclude tonight's episode, are there any final words you wanna leave us with on fajitas, on improv, on stand up, anything at all?
No, first of all, because I feel so new at this, I cannot even tell you how scared I was to do this podcast with you, and can't believe I'm on the other end.
Yeah,
of this.
Now we're closing the book,
and it's been it's just so nice to be at this school, and it's really opened me up in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of fun with it, and I have to be careful not to try to proselytize too much out there, because then people get sick of me. So
yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like, no, you don't understand. You don't have to be so creative. You don't have to be funny.
Yeah.
Just be authentic and like, just talk.
Yeah.
And like try to make a thread of something, and I don't know. I think a lot of people would be good at this.
Yeah.
And I don't know the type of personality that would be bad at it, though. Actually, what there is no bad at it.
Just people who don't want to try.
Unwilling.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's the only thing, and anyone can change that, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's just a matter of attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
That was fun.
Yeah. So thank you so much to Kelly for coming on this episode. As always, Improv for the Podcast is streaming everywhere where you can find podcasts, as well as on YouTube. So check out the video podcast sometime. See Kelly and I acting out what it's like to handle a hot fajita. But as always, we'll be back next week with another episode. But until then, we'll see you next time. Improv for the Podcast was created by Matt Moore and Michael Lee Evans. Edited and produced by Michael Lee Evans. And finally, presented by Improv for the People. Interested in more IFTP? You can visit us at improvforthepeople.com or on our socials, such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes are released weekly. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.